Hey, what's up, everyone? We're here at Winter Brawl 8 in Philadelphia, and joining me now is Fighting GM. Many of you actually know him as one of the prolific Tekken players. He's been in the Tekken Tag Tournament. Pretty much anything you can think of that's mostly related to Tekken, he's been in it. But for those of you actually that don't know him, this is actually going to be a really good tale for you guys to tune in and find out more about Fighting GM. So, what's going on, man? How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm pretty good, man.
Yeah, doubt. So, how have you been enjoying Winter Brawl 8 so far?
I enjoyed the tournament. It was good. It's good to see, New York players traveling and whatnot and supporting the scene. I just wish more players would have traveled.
Yeah, it seems that as far as whenever there's an event, it's always popping. Biggie always tends to bring up a lot of hype. But as far as the climate in general, I did notice that actually there wasn't too much of a presence for Tekken over the past few years. Do you feel it's actually changed for this particular tournament?
Yeah, it's changed. The numbers for Tag 2 have gotten worse and worse, at least in the East Coast. It's gotten worse throughout the years.
Why do you think that is?
I think online killed it. So a lot of players prefer to just stay home and play online, so they won't have to travel to tournaments because they can play whoever they want online. And also, there's a group on Facebook called Core's Academy, and people just post on there and troll, and they don't even bother going anywhere. And there's 3,000 players in that group, so there's no excuse for our numbers to be low.
That's really interesting. Do you think that the new free-to-play model also might have affected that in some way?
Sort of, because it's an online game, so you have to play it online, and it's a free-to-play game, and that's not in tournament, so that could have done it too. But
I guess so. So how did you actually do this weekend?
Oh, I got second in Tag 2. Yeah, I got second in Tag 2. I've been doing really well this year. This is let me see. I went to Defender North, I won that, and then I went to Apex, I won that also, and then I came to this and I got second. So it's been pretty good.
All right, good stuff. So, take us. Let's wind the clock back. What's your story as far as how you got into fighting games?
I started I used to play a lot of 2D fighting games, mostly SNK games and whatnot, and Street Fighter 2, World Warrior, on Super Nintendo and World Heroes and stuff like that. And then I started playing Kayla a lot, online, a bunch of SNK games and stuff like that. And then I heard about an arcade called China Fair, and so I decided to go over there, and I saw actually wait. I went online. Yes, this is the story. I went online, and I used to play Tekken 4 a lot and Tekken Tag 1, and I searched to find players to play with because I didn't have nobody to play with. I was probably 14 or 13 around the time. So I went on Tekken Sabas when I found it, and I saw they had a New York community, a New York thread, and I asked, so who wants to play? And actually a player named Blood Red, a lot of people may know him, he replied to me, and he came over my house and I played him, and that was the first time I ever seen something high level in Tekken. And after that, I really wanted to get into the game. And then a few years later, I went to CF, and I saw they had pad ports, and I met Red again there. And I can't play on stick, and I saw that they have controllers. It made me want to play Tekken more, and I started playing a lot from there. From CF, I started playing CF for a lot of years.
Nice. Now I know, of course, when you're at these events, you're always represented for the Tekken crowd. But are there any other type of fighters that you've enjoyed playing? And if not, why is that?
I used to play a lot of fighting games before I started playing Tekken. I used to play Mortal Kombat a lot, Street Fighter. I used to play everything and everything. Actually, there was a Empire Arcade tournament a long time ago, a Nintendo-only tournament that I actually got second place in. I was about 15 years old, 14. So I used to play a lot of games, used to be good at them, but Tekken takes a lot of time, and I just wanted to focus on getting good on that one game. So I kind of stopped playing everything else and just focus on trying to get good in that game.
Now, you mentioned, of course, that the numbers have started to decline. Now, who, in your opinion, is still the guys that are actually, other than yourself, that's holding it down for the Tekken community?
Big E, of course, because he's the only guy in the East Coast that's hosting big major events, and there's there's a lot of Big E tournaments like Winter Brawl, NEC, TFC, the Joint Project, Summer Jam. So he's always holding it down for Tekken. We got our own stream and everything is pretty good. And also Larry Shin Blanca also biggest Tekken tournaments, final round. Everybody goes to that tournament. So those are the two dudes as far as TEOs, they're holding it down. Also, Jabali shows love too, because I was in Florida for a while. I lived there for a while, like last year, like early for a few months. And he always gave love to Tekken. He always put it on his mainstream and everything, and hosted it, and like had a lot of setups for us and everything. So shout outs to him too.
Cool. So let's talk about esports. You hear the word, it's blah blah all the time. Some people feel that we already have esports. That's us. But some people feel that there's still like an evolution. We haven't quite reached that point yet. What's your take on that?
Esports has given us a lot of chances. Like WCG, our rest in peace to them. They're gone for good now. They hosted for Tekken 6, they had a national tournament for 2010 and 2011. So but it was only on Xbox, and the 2011 qualifier, they didn't have one for USA. So, but they gave us a chance, and also MOG too. MOG had the fighter circuit, which had like Mortal Kombat and KOF. And it had Tekken 6 circuit too, and also they did it 1 year, like just one event for Tag 2. But the FGC didn't support it, so they took it out. The numbers were low. I don't understand why. Like top 8 got paid, because a lot of players complain about money. Like money is the problem in these events, that they're not getting paid enough, and like the payouts are low, and they want more money to it. But when the event does it and treats the players good, they don't show up. I don't understand. Like if you pro status at MOG, they give you a check just for showing up. I don't understand. And like they feed players too, Hot Pockets, Doritos, whatever. So it's like I don't understand. Like they give us a chance. It's just that the FGC is the FGC.
Yeah, it seems like that's a good way to put a spin on the FGC is the FGC. But there are a lot of great positive things that actually we can expect out of the FGC. For one, we have the competitive edge. Players like yourself always, bringing your A game, and we always have newcomers that are coming in. I'm gonna throw a curveball basically at you. What is your take as far as like the females that actually, trying to make names for themselves and actually come in? What do you think?
As far as females, it's kind of hard for them because the whole cross assault thing, and most people look at girls like, they just want attention. They don't want to try to get good. They just show up to events just to show up to events. But there's actually some girls out there that actually want to get good. So it's pretty hard for them. They just need to try to step it up. Practice just like any of the other guys, and step it up and show that they're capable of hanging with us and stuff like that. Then guys will start to respect more. That's what I think. But a game is a game. Like Kayane, she's really good at what she does in games. So it's not impossible for a girl to get good. She just wants to have to get good because it's possible. That's all they need to do is step it up and show, what they're about. And I think people will stop talking.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So before we wrap this up, actually, do you have any shout outs you want to give or any personal insights you want to share with people that'll be watching this?
I want to give a shout out to all my friends, family, let me see, all my supporters, all the TOs out there that still show love to Tekken, Biggie, Shimblanca, Jabali, because without these TOs, there will be no fighting game tournaments. There will be none. So, shout outs to all of them.